Right, I gotta say you this. This is one thing that I've been missing all along. This is where I missed where it actually supposed to bring me forward, where it's my basically the number one thing that I missed that made me eventually didn't get what I wanted to be. Right, so basically, one thing that people would always say that, Rome doesn't build in a day. I bet that is so cliche that you might thinking that, hey, yeah, of course, but what does that gonna, has its relation with me, right? What's gonna do? What is it have any, idea that it's gonna help me in the future? What is it? So actually there is. You see, I started to wanting to change, and all these things that happened in one day that I felt that all this motivations coming in. You know what? I straight away said that, hey, I'm gonna change. But when the first day happened, I'm so pumped out. I'm so pumped, and I'm just give it a go, and I know nothing's gonna beat me up, right? And then 7 days coming in, 8th day. And at the end of the day, what happened was that, hey, I don't see any results. I'm so tired and I think it's not worth it. Why would I be, make myself getting through all this hardships, pain, and there's nothing that is promised towards it. Or maybe it's just a theory. Or maybe it might happen to a lot of people out there, there's result for them, but why does that mean that it's going to result me? It's them, it's not me. So eventually I procrastinated and I fluctuated, and there's no results as usual, right? But one day I realized that, something really that I was been missing all along, and this thing opens up my mind when I try to be consistent for some kind of time, and eventually I heard people who said all the successful that I came upon in my life, the people that I see them as a success persona, right? They told the same thing, all these multimillionaires. It doesn't matter if it's multimillionaires or billionaires or businessmen or any kind of occupation, engineers, professionals, you name it. They're all having the same thing where they start small, right? One step at a time. It's one thing first and then the next. You cannot be thinking everything in a day. You gotta make some space towards it. Yes, you think it as a whole at first, but you don't do everything in one single shot, right? But everything started with one single thing, which is focus one thing at a time. Just focus on the thing that is the most, you could say that you could handle it easily, and it's gonna make you, coming back again. Something that, it's really something that you could do, right? Not something that is complicated that you just waste your time. No, something that you know how to do it. It's all in your mind. You know how to sell it. You know how it works. You know how the steps are, and you just gotta do it. All you need to do is just do it. Just take the first step, and then try to make use with it. Try to make yourself used to it until you are so bored with it, and you just do it even though it's so boring and it's bored like heck, right? Doesn't matter. That's how the successful people, personas out there did it. It's not the meaning that how you put a lot of actions or whatever, or all these techniques that you found, or the secret recipes, or all these people that told you there's recipe secret thingy that you've been missing. No, it's actually one thing, and this thing is when you start to take the first step, you get consistent to it, and you get bored with it. But now here's this thing. This is where it comes out blue in my mind. You gotta stick towards the boring thing. Yep. You see, the professional, the world athlete, you know what they did whenever they about to start their race, when you know they are going to win it, right? But what they did just right before the race, the tournament or whatever competition, right? They did the most basic steps of all. Perhaps it is the first baby step that they took whenever they jump into the arena. You see, there's one guy, perhaps he's an athlete world class. Before he goes towards skiing, right? What he practiced is that, just the world tennis player, just try to swing over, right? Swing over, left and right, no balls, just swing over. Most basic thing of all, of having, being in a tennis, just swing, just swing, get the momentum in, get the chills in, get the vibes in, and you're gonna nail it, right? Now that's what you're gonna do. Stay long enough in the boring actions, right? That's how you get to where you want it to. That's how you get hold of your future. That's how you, been missing all along this one thing. You get bored and you stop. Now that's when you failed, right? It's just a matter of how long can you sustain the boringness, the bored, the tiresome, the tiredness, doing over and over again. It's a matter of how long can you sustain of getting through all this boredom. You see, this boring thing that you think it's not going to help you, basically, it is going to help you when you stay long enough at it, right? It's like, there's a quote for it. There's like, the thing that how you get to the other side, the end of your goal, is nothing more than it's the matter of how long can you resist the boringness, right? Or we can say the tiredness, the troublesome, I would say, how long can you stay in one boring activity? It's a matter of you staying long enough in the boring arena, in the boring period. And then, whenever that thing of the period you have been successfully, stayed long enough, eventually you found that special thing that's going to happen, miracle in you. And it's going to happen without you knowing it. Because it's so worth it, you are getting the value out of it, and you're going to get what you wanted to. So, ladies and gentlemen, guys, remember, whenever you wanted to do something, you got to stay long enough in this boringness and all this tiredness, troublesome. It's a matter of you staying long enough in the boring arena. So, ladies and gentlemen, find what's that boringness that you've been hindering all along. Get back to it, stay long enough, and you'll be getting what you really wanted in life. And you know that's going to help you. So you stay in there, and I'll see you on the success arena. Bye-bye.